Hey guys, I'm Archangel, welcome to my channel. This is my 7th video in my tutorial series about basic photo manipulation. And today we're gonna go through several techniques that I use to make neon light in photo manipulation. Now I know there's a lot of YouTube videos out there doing tutorials on neon light, but my video will try to make several of those techniques in the same video and in the same artwork, and we're gonna make this artwork Edge Runner that you saw in the thumbnail. Now, off topic, neon is a gas, Ne molecular number 10, and it's colorless actually. But in a photo manipulation, we want as much vibrant, powerful lighting as possible, but still limited to the amount that it won't go to the fluorescent level of light. And there's a couple of techniques how to make these. So, if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that thumbs up. Tell your buddies about my videos. Go follow me on Instagram if you like to see my art. And you can also find me in DeviantArt. Links are in the description down below. Anyway, let's start with the tutorial. Okay guys, so let's start by making the base composition. Okay guys, so the first how I make something looking like it's neon light is a curve method, and we have this composition over here, and I have this, well, adult whatever sign, and it has these neon tubes on it. A way to make it look like neon light, first way is simply by using only a curves layer. And this works when you have assets that are already giving this light effect. You start by clipping it to only that part or only that object, and then you bring up the whiteness in it pretty much and bring down the black. Just a hint the black and quite a lot the white. And this makes the white pop and still keeping the colors, but you can also add more magenta glow to the object in the green settings with the curve by lowering the white. So you actually take away green and add magenta like this. And there we have it. That's the first way. Okay, so let's get to the second way. So basically what you want to do in a composition when you want it to look like neon is bringing down the overall light. So the picture in itself should be pretty dark contrast. The second way I have is gonna be like an overall neon glow, if you will, but ambience, and this is made with a gradient layer. And so you start off by adding dark color in the gradient in the bottom and also in the top. Let's keep the opacity at 0 so we can see what we're working with. Now for me it's gonna be a bluish color because the ambient color is blue because this is night time and so on. And then after this I see in the picture dominant colors, and we have the red one over here, so I'm gonna add a dark and then add a red like this, and I'm gonna bring it up to a point that it looks somewhat okay. And then I'm gonna add a dark one above, and after that check again what is the dominant color. Well, here it is magenta, so let's add a magenta, and I'm gonna bring it down to so that it's where this sign is. And then we have one that is gonna be cyan, and that's these over here. This one is gonna be blue because we have the blue one here also, so a bright blue. And then the last is the dark one. This is what it looks like right now, and it's pretty horrible, right? But then we're gonna play around with the layer styles, and I think soft light is gonna be pretty much good. This is only to bring the ambient for the neon in the composition. So we're gonna hide the mask for now and bring back wherever we want it to be visible. So then we're gonna blend it and bring it down pretty radically like that. Play around with the layer styles. I think linear dodge is the best one to pick. And now we have the ambient color. This is before and this is after. We will bring back all the neon signs so on later on. This is just the ambient. Now we can bring this layer down underneath everything above the background layer like that. Anyway, let's keep going until we come to the next neon effect. Second trick for background light to be more of a, I would say, well, bright light. It's maybe not neon, but that's using levels, and you simply just bring up the white and take a little away from the black, and then you hide the mask and bring it back on in the middle of the parts that you want to glow like this. Okay, so next. Okay, so when we have this ambient glow layer that is a gradient, it's very easy to make the glow like glowing more. You just double the layer, that's it. And it's also easy to take down from the ambience. So if you think it's too much, you just go to fill and take away a percentage from it. And that's how you decide if it's how much and the ambience will be there. Now, one important thing to take in consideration when making neon glow is that the composition needs to be dark. It needs to be very dark, and this one is quite dark, but the values are still all over the place. So I will use a levels layer and adjustment layer and change the values so that they will be a little more according to this picture. So they should be pretty dark actually. I will go through values in another tutorial, but values are the amount of black or white in a color. Anyway, I will do this off camera, so be right back. Okay, so guys, after I made my value change in this picture, it became a lot more dark, as you can see, but it also, I think, blends a little better. It will blend even better when we get highlights and shadows and so on. But for now, we can see that the white areas, especially on this sign, has disappeared almost totally. And what we're now gonna do is above everything we're gonna add an empty layer, and it's not gonna be clipped to anything. And then we take select, you select color range and then highlights. You check in this menu here, drop down menu, that it's highlights only. The fuzziness 40 is okay. I think 20 is even better. let's compromise and make it 30. And the range should be in 200, 210 or so. So I'm checking with these signs over here, the adults only and these XXX and arrows over here. We also have the open sign over here, be visible, and then we take the range up to 140. Okay, so now we have all that will be white or is white selected, and we're gonna press this button over here and then hold Ctrl and backspace and fill all this with white. After this, we're gonna change it to linear dodge, like this, and then we take away deselect, and now we have a very, very bright glow. So we're gonna mask this. First, blend if. By holding Alt key, we press here and bring down the white in underlaying layers. Not too much, just a little. Now we have this white and we're gonna mask it away and bring back wherever we wanted. This sign over here, we're gonna use a soft brush with high pressure sensitivity and bring back the white on the places where we wanted the glow to be intense. Here also a little more where we wanted to glow. So not all the places, but like a little randomly here and there, because it's a gas that is inside a tube, so it won't, even though it looks in our eyes like it's perfect, it isn't. It's like a gas that is moving like waves or whatever, a fume inside. But for now, this looks okay. So next up, we're gonna use these layer effects and blending options. We can go to blending options. We have blend if already, but we're gonna go to inner glow and keep this and like put the blend mode to overlay and play around with the choke and size to get a more intense glow. Okay, then after that we're gonna use these effects again, but on the different kind of elements that are having this neon glow. So in this example it's gonna be pretty blue, so we're going outer glow, and actually we could use this one. And press the color and take the blue from here, like that. Keep this opacity at 0, the spread to 0, and then color dodge to give a surrounding glow of this sign. So next up we have surrounding colors also around all the different lights. So we have red, for example, so I'm gonna make a new layer, name it red, then go to select again, color range, because we have different kind of reds and we want only this one kind of red first. So let's take this one, and we have the red selected. We can now press OK, Alt and backspace to add red to it, and then emphasize by soft light, I guess is good. So, and I'm gonna do this now with all the colors off camera, so be right back. Okay, so far I've taught how to add neon effects to a picture that already has these neon vibes from the beginning. Next up we're gonna add elements in the picture that will have this neon kind of glow. So first off we pick the pen tool and we're gonna make a path there where we want the glow to be. So I'm gonna use the pen tool on this text over here. By holding Alt key you make straight shapes, and well, it's easier this way to make this effect. Then hold the Ctrl key and press anywhere in the picture and it stops to make the shape. and we start to make a new one, and same thing until we have the desired area filled. So I will do this off camera. Okay, so now when you have your selection selected, made with the pen tool, you start by make sure you have the brush tool selected, hard round precise brush, the size, let's make it 5 pixels. After that, select the pen tool. By holding Alt key, press the work path in the path menu to select the path. In a new layer, right click on the picture and stroke path. Make sure you have the brush tool selected and press OK. And you have this white core that we're gonna work with. First, I'm gonna mask off the parts that I don't want to be visible. After this, next up, we're gonna double click this layer and add layer styles to it. We start with a color overlay, and depending on what kind of neon light you have selected, I've selected pretty much blue. Well, okay, there's green also, but it's okay. We're gonna go in the color overlay, choose the color that we want. So for me it's gonna be a pretty light blue glow. Keep the blend mode in normal. And now next, the inner glow we're gonna put as white, and the source should be centered. After this we make the choke 0, and then gonna zoom in on a place where we have this effect and adjust the size so that the mid is white and it has the color, desired color on the outside. Let's check in a better place. This is probably better. The noise should be 0 also. For me it was 3 pixels, so 3 pixels is pretty much good. So let's go with that. And then you can change the contour to round or half round to make it a little more soft. And after this we're adding an outer glow and using a similar hue to what we just had. But now I'm gonna change from light blue to a little more cyan. Change the blend mode to color dodge or linear dodge for a more glow effect, and keep the opacity at 0. Adjust the size value as you want for the outer glow to give it a more ambient glow. For me it's only 16 pixels. Let's check that in the other places also. Adjust the opacity down as you see fit to make it a little more subtle. For me it's around 55%. In color overlay, to take away this harsh edge, I change it to screen, and we're gonna use a second outer glow effect with the help of the drop shadow. So in the drop shadow, instead of black, we're adding the neon blue cyan color with the blend mode as linear dodge or color dodge. After this we reduce the distance from 4 pixels to 0 and add the size max, well, half actually is better, to give ambient glow. Press OK, and if you're satisfied, then voila, now you have this. But now you can also add more ambient glow on this by selecting the same selection, holding Control key and pressing the layer. After the selection, click on the picture with the marquee tool. Click with your mouse with your right key and select inverse. And after this, choose your brush tool and select it to be soft and round, and then make the color the desired blue or cyan, whatever you want, and have the opacity and pressure selected if you use a stylus pen, and then just paint over where the selections are, like this. When we are done, again deselect and the new layer, add and change it to soft light or overlay. I'm going with soft light. And that's how you add a neon glow type effect to a picture in a place where it doesn't exist. When we are done with these, we need ambient glow on all the different neon aspects, and these we are doing with the hue and saturation layer. And let's start with the red one, and we're gonna click on colorize, red color, and the saturation high up and the lightness also pretty high up, and then just hide the layers and bring it back with the white soft brush around the area that is lit up with this red neon. Now it looks awful, but we change it by blend options and blend if, dragging the black triangle in the current layer to the right side, you take away from the shadow the glow, and that's what we want. And I'm gonna do this off camera with the rest of the colors and be right back. We have now all the neons in place, but to make it look like it actually is lighting up everything, we're gonna add highlights and deep shadows. But I will make this off camera, so be right back. Okay guys, so here we have an example of exaggerated edge lighting and deep shadows on both Lucy and David. I made, and it's for now it's only for the red light, and I will pretty much the end of the tutorial on how I make different kind of neon light effects in a picture with different kind of methods. And I will finish this piece off that brings this piece together in a time lapse, so enjoy that and thanks again.